Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to my Facebook Live 5-day challenge. Thank you so much for signing up. This is going to be an exciting week. We're going to see how many people we can get to have a property under contract in the next 5 days. As some of you are aware, we reached out to our audience and we said, what is a challenge that you're facing? What's something you'd really like to accomplish in the next 5 days? And the response back we got is we've learned a lot by following you over the last little while, and we'd really like to get a property under contract. And so many people think getting a property under contract is really, really hard, that they have to have a ton of information to be able to get a property under contract. Well, I'm going to show you today how that's not true. So first of all, I want to tell you a little bit about myself, because there is a lot of people on here this morning that are brand new to me. So my background is I became a single mom at the age of 16, and I lived in subsidized housing. I had subsidized daycare. So I absolutely understand the challenges of living paycheck to paycheck. I absolutely know that. And I changed my mind and I decided I was not going to live like that anymore. And that is one of the themes that we're going to go on today, is changing your mindset. I actually got an email this morning about the challenge, and they said, I've checked into your programs, I can't afford it. So one of the first things I want you to start asking yourself with whatever you want is not saying, I can't afford it, but start saying to yourself, how can I afford it? Whatever it is you want, whether it's a new car, a new house, take a real estate investment course. Keep asking yourself every day and asking the universe, how can I afford it? Okay, got that? Write that down. That's so, so important. Not, I can't afford it, but how can I afford it? Okay? So normally I do a Facebook Live every Monday morning on mindset. So if that's an issue for some of you, and then just keep coming back here every Monday morning at 10 a.m. CST, and we'll work on that together, because I believe that 90% of your success is based on your mindset. You either think you can or you think you can't. Whatever you're thinking, you're exactly right. And from there, you can learn how to do anything if your mindset's in the right place. So hello, everyone, and thanks for joining. There's a lot of people coming on here. This is perfect. Let's see who I can say good morning to. So we got Amanda. Good morning, Amanda. Good morning, Chandel. Good morning, Jane. You found us. Awesome. Good morning, Courtney. I want to see you people with a property under contract this week, okay? Who else do we got on here? Good morning, Minaj. Good morning, Anne. Good morning, Rob. Who else do we got on here? It keeps, good morning, Savannah. It keeps popping around. Good morning, Mira. Okay, well, this is great. Well, you know what? I'll keep coming back and say hi as the morning progresses, but let's get right into it. You know what, it's been so exciting. We've got over 100 people registered for this challenge. One thing I'm going to get you to do in this, and this is another big success point for you. So again, write this down. Reach out to someone else in the group and ask them if they will be your accountability buddy, your accountability partner for the 5-day challenge. And just make sure that you're on track. That doesn't mean you're going to be coaching each other. It's just a checking in. Did you get done what you said you were going to do today? And if not, what can I do to help you? And then let your partner know what you did get accomplished. Because what we're going to focus on this week is what we did get accomplished, as opposed to all the things we don't ever get accomplished, right? Because it's all about building on your successes. And again, if you know of somebody who's not on here that you would like them to sign up and be part of the challenge with you, head over to go.ednakeep.com/5-day-registration. And I think Chandel and Amanda will post that in the links below. So again, feel free to share this with people that you know who might be interested in taking up this challenge. We will be posting the video and all downloads on my website so that anyone who registers will always have access. So even if they miss this morning, they can listen to this tonight, later this afternoon, tomorrow morning, and get started. It's not going to be too long that you can't listen to both in one day. This week's going to be very, very action-packed, and I can't wait to see how you're all going to do. This is so exciting for me. And seeing as we have so many new people joining us, I do want to tell a little bit more about myself besides my background of being a single mom at age 16, living in subsidized housing, having my daughter in subsidized daycare, and really never earning more than minimum wage till I was 30 years old. And a lot of I know the challenges of living month to month. I absolutely know those challenges. And I was one of those people who started taking classes on my own, correspondence classes, long before it was trendy, at $25 a month, because that was all I could afford at the time. And I just sucked it up, and I paid my $25 a month. And at the time I was making $1,200, so you can put that into perspective. And I did it. I kept going. I always knew I didn't want to learn to live within my means. I wanted to learn how to expand my means. And that's what you have to do. If you want to become wealthy, you have to study what wealthy people do. Don't study what your neighbor does who has never succeeded. Don't listen to your neighbor. If he tells you you can't do this, that you're dreaming and all that kind of stuff, say, let me dream. Because you know what? I want a better life than what I have now. And the first place it starts is a dream. And you know, being from small town Saskatchewan, I also was very limited in my options. And I got out of that whole mindset thinking and started moving forward. So when I was 30, I actually got my first really decent job. I was an office manager at a construction company. So how does someone go from minimum wage, never being more than a receptionist, to an office manager? Well, you know what? I started taking office administration classes in the evening on my own again. And I applied to a place that started me and not a whole lot more than what I was making. But you know what? Very quickly moved up. And when I left that job in 1996, and went full-time into financial planning, I was at $43,000 a year. And for me, that was a big deal because I was finally starting to see a decent income. And you know, I had a lot of people tell me again, Edna, what are you doing? That's such a great job for you. My boss loved me, and they were very flexible with me. It was an amazing job. It really, really was. But you know what? I wanted more. And I started studying to become a financial advisor. And you know, I became a financial advisor before I was ever making the money I wanted to. And you know, my goal always used to be, if I could make $100,000 a year, I would have it made in the shade. That was my goal. And you know what? The first year that I was full-time as a financial advisor, I made $67,000. The second year, I made $187,000. And it was a mindset shift. I started taking some coaching, and it was one of the best things. It cost me, I remember, $8,000 a year at the time. It was a stretch for me because I was making $67,000 a year when I signed up for this. It was a stretch, but I did it and I never regretted it. I went from $67,000 to $187,000. That was amazing for me. And you know, I always liked having money. I started working when I was 14, and I loved having money, whether it was to treat my friends to French fries or buy the beer, whatever. I liked being the person with the money. I still like that today. I like being the person with the money. It's freeing, it's fun, it's powerful. Absolutely love it. And you know, every time I made a sacrifice, because people would say, really, you're signing up for another class? Why didn't you come out with us this weekend? And I'd say, no, you know what? I have some goals. I want to get them done. I want more than just going to the bar on the weekend. I wanted a wealthy lifestyle. And I knew I had to learn that from people who were already wealthy. Now, I worked as a financial advisor I started in 92, went full-time in 96, and in 2009, I actually sold my financial planning practice. And the reason why I left there was I got introduced to real estate. And within 18 months of first taking our classes, we signed up with some Rich Dad classes, 27,000 US it cost us. I think nowadays those same classes are like 40,000. But it was a stretch again for us to take that. But we decided we wanted something more. And so we took those classes, and within 18 months, we had hit our financial freedom goal, which was 5,000 in passive income. Now that may or may not seem like a lot to you, but I was making good money as a financial advisor. I had passive income coming in from there, like around, it was at least 10,000 a month. And so when we hit, and it took me years to get to that point. So when we hit that in 18 months in our real estate business, we knew we were set. We knew we were good, and we could just go on and do more of what we wanted to do. We really found the real estate exciting. It was so great to hang out with like-minded people and be around like-minded people doing the same thing. So and you know, when we signed up for that course, we didn't have any experience in real estate investing. We had our own home, that was it. And now today we have 437 doors valued at $47 million. And we started by taking the education and taking some equity out of our own personal home. And I know some people are averse to that, but you know, it was the best thing we ever did, was spending that money on our education. So that's my story, and I'm so excited to get to know where you all are in your journey and which part of the challenge today we're going to focus on, and more about later what else is going to come up this week. So just going to take a second to say hello. I see I have a bunch more people that have joined on this morning here. Good morning, Logan. Good morning, Michael. Are you guys in the challenge? You should be in the challenge. I don't know. I didn't see your names in the challenge. You could be. Good morning, Charmaine. Good morning. This keeps popping around. Jose, I think, is the name. And who else do we have on here? Lots of names I can't even pronounce. Okay, perfect. Well, this is awesome. Okay, so let's start about talking about the challenge. And you might see me reading a little bit of this is because I want to make sure I cover every point available. So what I'm going to show you how to do is, first of all, manage your money mindset. That's today. That's the big one. And then tomorrow, we're going to look into how to find your deal and how to find the money to fund your deal. Now, will you find the money in 5 days? Maybe, maybe not. Does not matter. The thing is, you take action on everything you're taught today, and you're going to have a good feel of where you could be in the next year, 3, 5 years, if you keep following through. I'm going to be giving you a find the money spreadsheet tomorrow, and you're actually going to get 2. You're going to get a find the money for whatever you want to do in your life. And it's going to give you ways to start thinking about that. And you're also going to get a find the money worksheet for getting investors. So you're going to get 2. On Wednesday, you're going to get a 5-minute deal analyzer. And the reason I'm giving you that is, like I say, so many people get bogged down with the numbers that they think they need to know everything before they can make an offer. I'm going to show you that you don't need to know everything. The reason you don't need to know everything is because you have a due diligence period between the time you make the offer and the time you remove your conditions. And that time is when you find out all the details that you need to know. The biggest thing is getting a property under contract. You can back out with no penalty right up until the day you remove conditions. So know that, and know that it wouldn't cost you any money. Then on Thursday, we're going to get into crafting your negotiation. So that's what you're going to work on in your due diligence period. And then day 5 is all about locking down the contract and learning and earning your financial independence. So I hope that excites you. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So today again is all about having a money mindset shift. Mindset shifts are the first step to take when you want to attract deals and wealth. If you're still trading your time for money, a mindset shift will help you get you free from that. Now, here's a quote that I really, really like. Nothing will slow your progress more than a negative mindset. So if you find yourself thinking about all the things you can't do or can't afford, change your language, change your life. So let's start talking about a wealthy mindset. For far too long, the word rich and wealthy held very negative connotations. Think about some of the TV shows you watch. Now, I'm going to give you a few examples of shows that I've watched where I really notice it. So one of my favorite comedies right now is Two Broke Girls. And you know what it is one is poor, always has been poor, and one was rich, very, very rich, but her father did something wrong. I can't remember, he was fraudulent somehow, and now she's poor. And there's a lot of things in that show, if you watch it, that are cutting down rich and wealthy people and making the hero the poor person. So I want you to watch that. It talks about her father being fraudulent, as if every rich person out there is fraudulent. Wrong. It doesn't work that way. It talks about wealthy people loving money more than their kids. Wrong. Most wealthy people that I know love their kids as much as anybody else. The difference is they can do things for them that poor people can't. They can get them opportunities. They can put them in classes to help them expand their strengths, because I think that's a really big deal. And you know what? If your child is sick and you're wealthy, you've got options. If your child is poor, or if you're poor and your child is sick, you don't have any options. You have to go with your government health care or whatever you happen to get. I can take my kids over to Mayo Clinic or whatever else. And I want you to think, what's the first thought that came to your mind when I said that? Because that tells you what your mindset is. So start watching for those things. Wealthy people are often looked at being greedy and selfish. That's why so many of us have been conditioned to believe that we shouldn't strive for wealth, that there's something wrong with it, that it's a dirty word. We have thought and taught ourselves to be poor because we believe that only poor people could be kind or generous. How false is that? Look at one of the richest, or two richest people on the planet right now, Gates and Warren Buffett. They give way more money to charity than the rest of the friggin' world, and they're wealthy people. So start thinking like that. It's time to let go of all that negative thinking and all that thinking of the rich people get breaks that we don't get, all that kind of stuff. You've got to let go of that. Start noticing those thoughts that pop into your mind, because you know some of those thoughts have been conditioned to us from our backgrounds, from our families' backgrounds of how they were brought up and then how we were brought up. So just pay attention to that. Does that mean it's right? No. You start learning that what you've learned over the years is not right. And the first place to take a look at is if you're not in the place that you want to be, there are limiting beliefs that are holding you back. So if you say, well, that's just the way I am and I'll never change, then get off this Facebook Live right now, because what I'm saying to you is not going to resonate with you. If you can say, hey, if some poor Saskatchewan farm girl who never earned more than minimum wage till she was 30 can go out and become a millionaire, then I can too. If you can think like that, then you're in the right place and you can start learning what it takes, because that's what I did. I started studying and started learning from people who did what I wanted to do. There's a ton of coaches out there, a ton of people that will hold your hand, a ton of people that will be accountable for you. But I tell you right now, you need to learn from somebody who's done what you want to do. No one else. Okay, got that? If you're studying wealth, you want to be dealing with a wealthy person. If you're studying poverty, then go study with your poverty people, because you'll stay in the same place. It's time to know and believe that wealth is what we all deserve, and with hard work and the right tools, it can be attained. If you struggle with the word rich, look at it this way. A delicious, decadent dessert is considered to be rich. Soil that is full of minerals that gives us crops is considered to be rich. Does that resonate with you a little bit better? Look at all the ways that the term rich is used in a positive way and align your goals to be wealthy with those mental images. You're striving to be rich, so you think of your mind as the soil. You add education, training, and hard work as the minerals, and what comes of that? A bountiful crop. Plant the things in your mind that will give you the outcome of what you want to reap. Mental minerals in, positive results out. You're now becoming rich. Striving for richness is organic and natural. You've heard the saying before, take care of yourself first, because you can't pour from an empty cup. Or like the classic airplane example, put your own air mask or oxygen mask on first before you put an oxygen mask on your child. You'll be no good to your child if you're not good to yourself first, so know that too. How can you give to others if you haven't planted a rich crop to share? And that rich crop might start up here. So if you learn something today, and even when you're talking to people that aren't interested in being in the challenge, share what you learned today. Share some of these mindset things with people. I've got a goal to change the mindset of people throughout the world into thinking wealthy thoughts as opposed to thinking poverty thoughts. Poverty is not doing anyone any favors. Rich people believe I create my life. Poor people believe life just happens to me. Shit happens, right? Now, once you're in the zone and have become used to working towards a lifestyle that you deserve, remember to take note of some other key factors as well. Integrity and curiosity. These two traits, along with hard work and wealthy mindset, will also carry you very, very far. Remember, rich people focus on opportunities. Poor people focus on obstacles. Remember this all week. That doesn't mean you don't identify your obstacles. Absolutely, you identify your obstacles, but then you look for ways to get around them. You don't think just because there's a wall here that you can't do anything. You look at ways to get over it, under it, or around it, right? That's your goal. Remember all week, write this down and put it somewhere that you'll see it every single day. Put it on your mirror in the morning when you read it while you're brushing your teeth. That's a habit. Let's get into some good habits. Integrity is another really important characteristic for anyone who wants to be successful in the real estate investing business, or any business for that matter. Here's some examples on the personal front of what it looks like to live in integrity. Keep your promises, even if it takes extra effort, even if it's just to yourself. If you promise that you're going to take part in this 5-day challenge, that you only promised it to yourself, show up and take part. Go back to a store and pay for something you forgot to pay for, or that ended up in the bottom of your cart. Never betray a friend's trust, even if you get in trouble. Do not gossip or talk badly about someone. And don't let someone else take the blame for something you did. If someone gives you confidential information, never tell anyone what you know. Those are all really good integrity things. At work or in business, it means you go above and beyond to deliver results for those who put their trust in you, beyond their expectations, even beyond your own expectations. Don't take shortcuts or use smoke and mirrors. Provide real value. Treat clients with kindness and compassion, and your tenants too. When you become a landlord, treat your tenants with respect, kindness, and compassion. It'll go a lot further for you. If you say you're going to do something, do it, even if the other party doesn't hold up their end of the bargain. Take the high road, even if you never expect to see the client or vendor again. Don't promise one thing and do a bait and switch. Yes, there are plenty of people out there who don't act in the right way, but you'll get much, much further if you do. So here's a quote for you. Listen with curiosity, speak with honesty, act with integrity. The greatest problem with communication is we don't listen to understand. We listen to reply. When we listen with curiosity, we don't listen with the intent to reply. We listen for what's behind the words. That's by Roy T. Bennett. So curiosity and discovery. This is important for you to know while you're looking for your deal this week. Listening with curiosity is crucial for success in real estate investing. The most important part of facilitating a great deal is less about what you say and more about what you hear. Got that? You have to listen more than you talk to be able to get those deals. Things will be revealed to you in very subtle ways and often between the lines. Those things that are involved in those moments will likely be the pain point of the person you're negotiating with. If you intently and truly listen with curiosity, you'll find the way that you can meet their needs. Your job as a real estate entrepreneur is not always pitch, but to solve a pain point. The goal of a great deal should always be a win-win for all parties. So here's an example of curiosity and discovery. Hey, thanks very much everyone for the thumbs up and the hearts. I really appreciate that. And thanks all for the shares too. I see there's lots of shares going out there, so that's wonderful. So if you're meeting with a distressed homeowner, then your questions will be different than if you're talking to another investor. If you're dealing with a homeowner that's facing foreclosure, and you know what, it's happening a lot right now because the economy is not in a great shape. There's a time to listen to their needs. You want to see, first you want to have empathy with them. They're in a tough spot. They're emotional. They're feeling defeated. You might be able to get yourself a great deal, but you might really, really be able to help them. And that's the biggest thing. They're already in a tough spot. So listen to what their pain point is. Listen to what their needs are. If I could just get out from under this mess and start all over again. And then you can make an offer to see how that can transition. And remember, it's not all just about rescuing them either. You have to win as well. You have to win as well. So everyone who's registered for this Facebook Live challenge will get an email very shortly with your first questionnaire and worksheet. Watch your email for it. If you're a Gmail user, be sure to check your promotions inbox. And check your junk file too, even in any other, because, and then whitelist so that you get emails from me. That happens even with my own coaching students sometimes. If they don't whitelist me or the material they're getting, it goes into their junk file. Also, please share this video with anybody else that you think might be helped by this challenge. Join the private Facebook group and introduce yourself to the group. You know what? We got a great, excited group. People are wanting to do something different with their lives. I've been in there, I've been reading some of the things that people are having, and you know what? Now's a challenging time for a lot of people. If you can start taking those challenges you've had and get past them, now's a time that people are going to do well. I've really been trying to help as many people as possible get involved in real estate this year because I believe over the next 18 months, we're going to see some really great opportunities to buy. And you need to know what you're doing in order to be able to make some decisions. So again, if you want to take part in the challenge and you haven't registered yet, go to ednakeep.com, 5-day registration, and I do believe it's in the feed here if you want to have a look. Enter your email address and you'll then get access to the workbook and the tools from there. And tomorrow we're going to cover how to find the money and how to find the deal. In the meantime, if you want to start looking for deals, go to Kijiji. Go to for I don't even know if there's what it is, Property Guys. I think there's different ways you can get free listings for sale by owners. Go to MLS, start looking for something that could potentially be a deal for you. And tomorrow we're going to talk about how to get that deal under contract and how to find the money for that deal if you want to go that route. You can always do it yourself, but if you can use other people's money, it's really important too. I just noticed I had a few comments on here. I'm going to try to go back. It keeps popping down on me, but I think, thanks for sharing, Rob. Okay, Rob says, it's very helpful for me to think of financial resources as, why does that keep popping up? Keep my finger. As being the means by which our destiny dreams are fulfilled, as well as the destiny dreams of our family members. That is so true, Rob, so true. Juanita says, good morning. I love your Mindset Mondays. Oh, why does that keep popping? I must be doing something wrong. As I come from a strong, let me see if I can do this. As I come from a strong Catholic background, not sure why that's happening, Chandel. Every time I get to something I want to read, it pops back up. Maybe you can give me some directions and I can try to read it easier. I come from a strong Catholic background. No, I can't. It keeps popping up. Anyway, you guys read these questions in here. They're really good questions, and it gives you something to think about. I know that a lot of people are taught going after wealth, there's something wrong. I think somewhere in the Bible, somebody's quoted to me, trying to get a rich person into heaven's like trying to put a camel through a needle. I don't know where that came from, but just know that I believe people wrote the Bible. I believe people word things how they want things to be taken. So be careful about that. Yeah, concept of people are bad. And I am really having a hard time reading this, but anyway. Anyway, everybody, good morning, Graham. Everybody read through the comments, you'll see. And what I will do is after it's over, I'm going to go back in and do written comments so you can see, because for some reason when I'm trying to read, it just keeps popping back up and I can't bring the feed through too. So anyway, one more reminder today that our event, 3 days, March 27th, 28th, 29th in Regina, Saskatchewan is coming up. And the VIP, where you get access to hang out with the top players that are there, all the speakers and the mastermind students, is on sale now at $375. That includes all really wonderful meals every day, cocktail reception Monday, and a full dinner Tuesday. You're going to meet some really fantastic people and get to learn from them. Last day is tomorrow. I need to have my numbers in for the meals for Wednesday morning. And so the last day you can get your VIP ticket is tomorrow. And I think Chandel's going to be offering a chance to upgrade for those people who just have the regular ticket with no meals and stuff involved. So watch your email for that too. The price for just a regular ticket is now $197. So know that too. So all the links are on this post. And just remember, your mindset is what is going to change things for you. That is where everybody has to start. And I'd really like to see you guys get a property under contract. So start thinking about how you can, as opposed to how you can't. I'm too busy. I have to watch TV every night. My favorite show's tonight. My curling is on tonight. Whatever your excuse is, drop it and get out there and do something. Start looking for those deals that you could find. Bring up a past deal that you know is still on the books and hasn't been sold. Look at MLS, Kijiji, Craigslist, IXC, LoopNet. There's so many places to be looking for deals. It can be apartment buildings, it can be houses, it can be condos, it can be whatever. Because you're going to do your due diligence, and we're going to share some of those results of that due diligence, because you can also help your members get some shortcuts here, because we're going to talk about why some things are a better deal than others right now. And Lord says, oh, it's Chang actually. Good morning, Chang. Are there anything on the night of Wednesday, March 29th? Yes. Oh, no, actually not for you. Your module 11. Oh, I'm sorry, March 29th. Yes, on the evening of March 29th is our Prophet in the Prairies monthly meeting. And it's held at the Sandman Inn the last Wednesday of every month at the Sandman Inn. Starts at 6:30. So if you're local or not too far away, come on out for that. This week, we're going to have a speaker from an auction, and he's going to tell us about some stuff that's happening right here in Saskatchewan right now. There's some foreclosures happening because of the downturn in the economy. Now, we might be able to help some of those people and help ourselves at the same time. So come on out and hear him speak. It's going to be awesome. And another great opportunity for you guys to network with like-minded people on an ongoing basis. First time out is always free, and then after it's $50 a month drop-in, or if you want to buy an annual membership, it's just $525. So $525 including GST. So, and 5% of all our memberships goes to Habitat for Humanity. So check that out. Again, Amanda's posted the link on here, so we'd love to see you there. If anybody has any questions about the mindset part of the challenge, go into the Facebook group and ask them, because we're going to be answering questions every day, all day. So if you have anything that was a little unclear or anything, just please go there, because generally if you have a question, someone else has the same question, or maybe they didn't think about it and they need your help. So put it in there. We'd love to be able to answer it. And remember, reach out to someone else in the group who could hold you accountable for your goals. And all you do is just like a 5-minute check-in, connect with each other. Who would like to be my accountability buddy? Put that in the Facebook group. And you know, I'm in a mastermind all the time, learning, growing. And the mastermind I'm in right now, they change accountability buddies every quarter, because it's kind of cool to get to hear everybody else's story, because you always get a chance to get to know each other a little bit. And they hold each other accountable for what they did that they said they were going to do over the last, from yesterday. Say they meet every day for 5 minutes. So just know that. And I get to meet people all the way across the US and Canada and connect with them that way. My buddy right now is from New York, so it's really interesting. She's a realtor from New York, so it's really interesting to hear some of the things that she's working on. So have a good day, everyone. Like I said, if there's any questions at all, any questions on your homework, reach out to us and ask, and know that today's homework is going to build on what you're going to learn tomorrow. So good luck with the challenge. All the best to you. I know you can do it. Remember, set your mindset right today. Write down what you want to accomplish, and then let's work for it. Okay, thanks everyone for participating. We'll talk to you tomorrow. Well, thanks, Charmaine. Thanks, Logan, for saying it's a great Facebook Live. I hope I motivated you. I'd like to see both of you having properties under contract this week. Okay, bye for now.